Just before we dive into the video, I want to let you guys know we have an awesome giveaway running right now with the guys over at Gamerchic for everything you see on screen. If you want to get involved, be sure to click that link in the description box down below. And if you want to save some money on buying Iceborne in the UK, then you can go over to their website and use the code Arekkz Gaming, which makes it one of the cheapest places to buy right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Arekkz here. It's Monday, which can only mean one thing. It is, of course, time for another episode of Mix Set Monday. Massive shout out to all you guys that have been submitting sets so far. There are a lot in the Discord. If you guys haven't already joined the Arekkz Gaming Discord, make sure you do so, because if you want some inspiration, you can go over there and check out these submissions. I've been going through, I've been saving some of my favourites, I've been slowly trying to sort of create as many as I can. There are still more that I have to make. So rest assured, if you don't see your set this week, it may well be cropping up in a future episode. Of course, for those of you that want to continue to submit stuff, by all means, throw them in there. And if you guys want details on how to submit, stick around to the end of the video for all the necessary information. But today, we're turning our attention to sets for the bow and the longsword. I'm trying to go through and pick different weapons that we haven't covered so far. People have been asking for a bow set, and in truth, there weren't really that many submitted. In fact, we haven't had many bow sets submitted at all. But there was an elemental bow set submitted this week, which has made it. But we're going to start by turning our attention to a status longsword set created by Mr. Squirrel. This is really cool because status stuff can come in different forms. If you want to go like ultra endgame, you can of course look towards gold Rathian pots. But to begin with, this is sort of like a early endgame set you can craft. It's not too hard to make, gives you some good skills, and it kind of looks cool in the process. You look sort of like a mixture between a knight and a robot, almost like you've kind of gone through one of those time traveling things and then you've landed in the future and you're like, yeah, let me just equip whatever I can. But it looks kind of cool at the same time. The set is comprised of the Kaiser Crown Beta Plus, the Artian Mail Beta Plus, the Kaiser Van Braces and the Kaiser Coil, both Beta Plus, and the Artian Greaves Alpha Plus. I do like the fact this has managed to get Artian parts in, because it's a really cool set that kind of gets overlooked a lot of the time, and I'm loving that sort of Metroid feel for the armor set, so yo, bonus points for that. Charm front, it is of course the Handicraft 3 charm. This can of course be upgraded to Handicraft 4. I have not got around to doing this yet, but you can do that. And your longsword is the Crimson Viper Vang 2, which is the upgraded Viper Tobikadachi longsword. This of course has paralysis on it, which is of course integral to this set. On the decoration front, you're then going to want to put in 4 paralyzer jewels to max out paralysis attack. You're going to want to throw in that expert jewel plus 4, which everybody should have. We get given that free. You're going to put in some sheath jewels because of course this, admittedly quick sheath is kind of negligible for longsword, but it does still make a difference, so that's of course worked into this set. Throw in some tenderizer jewels, the satiated expert jewel, and of course then whatever you want in the mantles. But then altogether, this gives you the Master's Touch Teostra 3-piece set piece bonus, which prevents your weapon from losing sharpness during critical hits. So provided you are of course critting, which you should be, there's a fair amount of crit in this set, then your sharpness won't be going down, so this is very, very good, especially for weapons with, higher levels of sharpness. But on top of that, we also have the 2-piece set bonus from the Artian Mail, Ancient Divinity, which is critical status. Of course, this increases abnormal status effect damage for things like paralysis, poison, sleep, and blast when you land critical hits. So that, of course, goes nicely into this set. We have Critical Eye level 7, as you'd expect, for that plus 40% affinity. We have Paralysis Attack level 4, which of course improves your paralysis build-up, and of course you get that bonus 10 on top. Nice thing about this as well is because paralysis is purely gemmed in, if you wanted to say make a poison build or a sleep build, you could literally just swap out the gems for the appropriate abnormal status and run with it like that. So it's actually quite customizable in that respect. You also have Weakness Exploit for that 30% increased affinity when striking weak spots, and an extra 20% if that area is wounded. You have Handicraft level 3, giving you weapon sharpness plus 30, plus 40 if you happen to upgrade that to level 4. You have Peak Performance, where while active, this will grant you plus 20 attack when your health is full, and as you'll see in a moment, there are some augments on the set for this one. I haven't got them myself, but Mr. Squirrel has got them on his final build. And that of course means you can then take advantage of something like Peak Performance. You do have Quick Sheath, which as mentioned, does benefit longsword. It does of course, reduce the time that it takes to sheath during the EI slash, but when you actually see them side by side, the difference is kind of negligible to the point where I don't really feel you necessarily need it. But that being said, it is in here, it does serve a purpose, so that's of course what it does. On top of that, we also have Blast Attack, completely irrelevant in this setup, just simply because it comes as part of the Teostra waist, but either way, if you were to make a Blast focus set, you could of course, lean more into that. And some of the other skills, things like Heat Guard, that just came as part of the gloves. Latent Power, 1 point in that, of course, comes as part of the helmet. Free Meal, Slinger Capacity, and then you can ignore the Agitator, that's just thrown into my Fireproof Mantle. So some of these skills on the last page, not necessarily, that valuable. Latent Power, you can of course still get some value out of it, but largely speaking, the skills on the front page are where you want to be turning your attention. So altogether, Altogether, this is just a nice, not too difficult to make paralysis or just status focused longsword build. You could even swap it out for other weapons. It's not specifically a longsword setup. You could throw something else in there in its place if you wanted to, like, you know, run paralysis for, say, sword and shield or dual blades or something like that. But the point is, this gives you a nice set of skills and 2 set piece bonuses all in one. And as mentioned, if you then turn your attention to the augments, again, I haven't done this myself, I don't have the materials, but Mr. Squirrel very kindly provided a screenshot. You can see that he's augmented his weapon with 3 options here: a defense increase, health regen, and element status effect up. So of course that will benefit the status portion of the weapon, plus you have some health regen on that, meaning you can of course keep yourself topped up and benefit from peak performance. Then turn our attention to the bow set. This is an elemental bow set submitted by Ivory King Chrono. As mentioned, we haven't really had many bow sets submitted. A lot of people were saying, hey, can we get can we get some sets for the bows? And I've just been kind of waiting for you guys to throw something in there. So Ivory King has actually put something together that's pretty cool and again quite customizable. For this one, we have the Fulgur Helm Beta Plus, the Zinogre Mail Beta Plus, the Zinogre Braces Beta Plus, the Fulgur Coil Beta Plus, of course, and the Zinogre Greaves, again, the Beta Plus set. The charm on this one would ideally be Shock Charm 4. I'm missing a few parts, so I've still got Shock Charm 3, but basically you want to upgrade this. Nice thing about this is because a lot of your elemental attacks will come from your charm, it means if you wanted to turn this into, say, a fire build, a water build, ice build, you could, of course, just swap out the charm, and, of course, you can then use it for the same purpose. But this one is a thunder-focused setup, and it uses the Flying Kadachi Strike Bow. Again, this should be upgraded. I'm out of parts, and forgive me on that one. Then on the decoration front, what you're then going to be doing is putting the remaining elemental jewel into the bow. So as mentioned, if you wanted to turn this into, say, like an ice set or a fire set, you would simply swap that out for the appropriate elemental jewel, swap out the charm, and you've then got max elemental attack again. You then want to put in the mighty bow jewel, throw in some critical jewels and some tenderized jewels to max out crit boost and weakness exploit. And I did actually make a couple of changes to this because, of course, Ivory King Chrono's set has a little bit more survivability. Put some focus on health boost in here, put some focus on recovery speed. I did, however, have a couple of level 3 decorations that instead have the physique, skill, and of course sprinter in there just because it was a double jewel. So I opted to kind of drop a little bit of the survivability, a little bit of the kind of, you know, health boost and the vitality, so that I could instead throw in a little bit of extra like constitution because of course it's a bow set, but you know, you can do this either way. These are the decorations as Ivory King Chrono gemmed it in as he intended, but of course if you want to tweak it a little bit, then it is kind of customizable. All up though, you do of course have the 2-piece Anjanath bonus. The reason we went for this is because it actually increases your stamina cap. So for a weapon like the bow that does use a lot of stamina, you know, you're dashing around and stuff, then that is of course nice just to have like a bigger stamina bar. Of course on top of that we have the 3-piece Zinogre set bonus, which increases the maximum level of the latent power skill, which then pushes that up to level 7, giving you the 60% increased affinity and the 50% reduction to stamina depletion when this is active. So that's of course pretty nice. You then have Thunder Attack. Again, ideally this would be maxed if you maxed out the charm. So Thunder Attack level 6, giving you the full 20% additional Thunder Attack plus that bonus 100. You have Crit Boost level 3 for that increased critical hit damage. You have Weakness Exploit level 3, again for that further increased affinity when striking weak spots. You have, if you kind of gem it in like Ivory King, then you would normally have Health Boost level 3. Alternatively, if you've done what I've done, then you can drop that down to level 2, still giving you more health, kind of handy. I've then got some Constitution in here to reduce the fixed stamina depletion by 20%. There's a little bit of recovery speed, which comes from the gloves. You've then got Marathon Runner, because I had that double jewel. You have Evade Extender, because that also comes from one of my decorations. And you then have the Bow Charge Plus, which is really, really important for bow setups, so this is definitely a must-have skill. Now, there are a few things, of course, you could still spec into here. You could alter this a little bit if you wanted to, but the nice thing about this, it is pretty easy to make, pretty customizable. Again, nothing too kind of high commitment to make this, and the fact that you can adapt this to pretty much any element means you have some stuff to play around with. So, that's it for the time being. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you guys do want to submit your own sets, if you guys have got things that you've been working on that you really think I need to showcase, then head over and join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. The link to that is in the description box down below. When you go there, you then want to go to the mixed set submission thread, and you want to paste your screenshot there. Ideally, post a screenshot of the decoration page with the skills showing. This just gives me everything. It shows the armor, it shows decorations, it shows the skills. It's just the easiest way to look at things. And then, of course, I will go through on a weekly basis. I go through all the sets, I pick my favorite ones, I make them, and then of course I feature some of them, giving you guys full credit in the upcoming episodes. So if you guys want to get involved, links are down below. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out. I really hope you guys enjoyed that video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also click on the little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss my next upload. Also, don't forget, you can check out 269 and Paradise Central streaming over on Twitch 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. Be sure to drop by and get involved. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.